With me here is my wife. Her name is Algara. She does not speak much publicly, but atashinda kusema habari.
God is good all the time. And all the time. God is good. Ningependa tu kusema nimewashukuru sana kwa wito wa Juma. Na ningependa tu tumweke Mungu mbele kwa what is we are waiting for campaigning for Juma, and everybody as we leave this place, kindly from the bottom of my heart, let's carry the message as ambassadors of Juma.
Biafra had gotten a degree, and they had stayed there for quite some time until she came back at night, and she had a cold. And I asked her, why were you even staying out there up to a time that unapata homa? She told me that maybe one of these days I am going to celebrate your success or your degree when you get it. Now you're in primary school. I hear ukitoka primary school, unaenda high school, unaenda university, unapata your degree. That seed was in me for quite some time, and I have been someone who have always wanted to read, to research, to learn, to know things, and to do things differently from the kind of environment that we grew up. I am told that I am the only kid sometimes who missed on all family photos, while the rest of the people are being taken picture na Hosea. If you guys can remember Hosea, I was not there. Somewhere in neighbors, Kukula, ama somewhere doing some other things. So I've always been that, not weird, but somehow different kid. But that seed was planted there many years back. Had not been easy because in high school I was more out of school than I was in school. I would be sent a lot at home for school fees. One time in Form 2 I had to stay for 2 terms at home because there was no school fees. And then went on to look for someone to educate me. You are a student and you're looking for someone to take you through school. That is where I met, he's left now, the gentleman who spoke here, Abdallah. But before that, I had gone to my former primary school headmaster, who today could not be with us. He sent me his apologies. Mr. Kabuka, he is not feeling very well. So I went back to school, but I had missed a class that I always wanted to go to. That class was economics class. In Chania, we were categorized either in economics or in agriculture or in kinawole zenjenga wale ndio walikuwa wanasoma sana huko. Wale ndio tulipeleka wasome. Power mechanics, there was block A and then block B. Those were the guys who were reading. Jebo walikuwa block A. And then the rest of us were in the other blocks. Timo, you also in the other blocks. So don't say that I was in Japan. When I become MP, sitakupatia basari. Now, so I went back to school, but then I missed the class for economics. I wanted to go for economics, but then I was taken to a block K. That block K was a block for agriculture. And I sat in the agriculture class. Of course, we had small pieces of shamba to do some digging, and I cleared Form 4 within all those difficulties that were there. While various other people we were with in high school were joining colleges and moving on, I remembered the gentleman called Ngara who had come to recruit us into the Red Cross, and that they had told us that there is a Red Cross Thika branch in here. So to escape idleness from Majengo, to escape the kind of challenges and probably poverty that we were going through, I came back to Ngara to continue with the work of Red Cross. And I probably told myself that if I cannot be able to help myself, maybe I can be able to help someone else. And that is how my journey in Red Cross started. While in Red Cross, I met great people, inspire us like what a match here, Christopher Minor, CT, who had strategically stepped out for me not to call him here. but he has been my friend for quite some time, for so many years, in our formative years in Red Cross. We grouped again with the likes of Akina Timo and the rest of the people that we met in Red Cross, and continued to give services to community. Now, sometimes when you are serving other people, you think that you are helping them a lot. But one thing is clear, the service that you give to community and service that you give to people is service that you're actually giving to yourself. Because I never understood how that transformed me. Not the relief food that you used to give to people, not the food, not the rest of it, but the kind of character that you become. You begin to appreciate life better. You begin to appreciate life even more. You begin to appreciate that maybe you may have some challenges back at home, you may be so poor, but then there are other people who are working without clothes. There are other people there who require probably just a helping hand. There are other people who did not get an opportunity to see the kind of things that you saw and to be the kind of things that you become, and you're here complaining. So it made me complain less. I no longer complain, whether I have food or I don't have food. My wife can tell you that, and my colleagues who are here, I keep telling them, remain calm. That is a statement that I got from George Thu. Every time we would be in panic, he will tell us, remain calm. So I remain calm in all situations, whether I have money, whether I do not have money. I always know that there's something good up ahead. There's something that is coming up, and things will not be as bad as they are today when we wake up tomorrow. So with that journey, of course, after several years in Red Cross, we used to get small allowances, and whenever we took activities, I began saving some of those allowances to take myself back to school. And I went back to school in 2001 in Kenya Institute of Management to do a certificate in business management. Remember, in high school I missed an opportunity to do something in business. So when now I had made my savings, I went to do a certificate in business management at the Kenya Institute of Management. I, of course, moved on a bit there, but in between we had a tragedy at home. My mom passed when I was in my early 20s. And we had now a responsibility of younger sisters or younger brothers. The tall guy who was here, he was younger then, and the others. So I had responsibility first to stop what I was doing, to take them back to school. And that journey went on until when they were through. Then I took myself back to school again in Kenya Institute of Management to do another advanced certificate in business management. The journey, of course, has not been that easy. But in between, I was selected by the Kenya Red Cross to represent them to Norway on a youth exchange program that had started in the year 2003. 52 people applied for that position. They only wanted 2 people. So they shortlisted about 25 of us, and we went through another interview. That is how I landed myself in Norway, the first person in that family to get onto a plane, and today marks another milestone as the first person in that family to get the plane. So with this journey, it has been full of moments. With this journey, it has been full of highs, it has been full of lows, it has been full of moments that you would have probably given up. But something kept on pushing ahead. And so when in 2017, in this hotel up there, I met our former town clerk, Bwana Kenodi Omwangi. We shared some moments there. And he's an elder I respect a lot. I call him my father. And while talking, he told me his journey. And our journeys were similar, of course, but there were scripts from different times. His script was from a time that I was not yet born, and my script was years later, but the story was the same. And when he told me that he went back to school in his 50s, I asked myself, what was I doing? I mean, I thought I was old. I thought now I was raising a family, and now I just educate my children. But that challenge got me back to school. And so in 2018, that's when I registered for this degree. and some people might think that I went to school so that I can become an MP. I had no idea at that time that Thika people, including Wanawanyuke here and others, were watching me from a distance. Wamekuwa wakiniangalilia 18. And many people sometimes watch you. Many people sometimes look at the things that you're doing. Many people sometimes observe you when you're not even aware that there are people looking and there are people watching. So when I went back to school, it was, of course, we were seated in a table. Always forgot to tell you this. At table, we were 3 of us. We were myself, Wallace, and Ken's wife. The suspicious Ken, there, and we decided that we are going to go back to school. We went back to school, of course, at different times, and all things happen at the right time. And at the right time, every other person will go back to school. At the right time, every other person will graduate from school. And so, for me, I think I don't try to push things so much. So, that journey with community, that journey volunteering, that journey helping other people. I was posted, of course, when I came back from Norway, in Mandela. I was posted in Marsabit, I was posted in Moyale, I was posted in the Tana River, and every one of these places that I would get posted to. There were moments that were, all these moments are moments that build up to the kind of character and the kind of person that you finally get to become in life. And today, I am a summation of every one of those challenges. I am a summation of every one of those things that have happened before in my life that are now standing up to this moment. 2 days ago, I had an interview that was broadcasted live on Facebook. And the interviewer there asked me if I had a moment to go back to history or to my past life. What is the thing that I would change in my life? What are the regrets that I have that I can be able to change? And I told him simply that if I had that opportunity, I would not want to change anything in my entire life. Because everything that has happened and has summed up to the person I have become today. So if I alter anything at the past, to say that probably I could have been born in Section 9 instead of Majengo, I could have gone to Thika, to Moi Primary instead of Thika Muslim, or I could have been born in a family that had money, a family that had a name, a family that had probably been known. Then if I change that, then I would become a different person today. Yeah, it would be totally different. So there's nothing I want to change in my past. I want to appreciate my past more so that it guides me into the journey that I'm about to undertake moving forward. So in June 19th, after Wanawanyuke and Jemo and the others decided to throw me into the deep end by declaring my candidacy, I asked them to allow me to go back to the mosque and talk to my elders and seek permission, seek blessings, to ask them if they will allow me to get into the political leadership it's my first time to get into the political issues. Of course, I've done a lot of other work before, but this will be the first time to get into elective politics. So I asked our elders, Wanabu and Mzee Shaban over there, who have been guiding me for quite some time, and the other leadership of the mosque. We conducted a prayer session that I'm sure most of you have already seen, and so many of you attended. I was given permission by the elders, given blessings and prayers to get out there now and engage with the rest of the people, with their blessing and with their backing, to run for MP of Thika Town constituency. And that So today I stand on the shoulders of great people who have mentored me. Today I stand not because I became great by myself, but because people here have guided me through, have shown me the way. The likes of Akina Adipo, the likes of Akina Ken, my board chair there, Engineer Wakimani, Akina Waneke, and the rest of the I mean, this has been a journey that has been molded by so many people. So I didn't just get here by myself. I didn't just get here. And today I want to sincerely thank you very much for the far that you have taken me, for the confidence that you have had in me, and for every other thing that you continue back into the other things that my journey towards matter. Michelle Wekenda has been a very, very dear friend and a very dear brother to me. And the story that he has told you is half story. The full story will be revealed by me. But when he was asked to meet this guy called Juma Hemedi, he made a lot of calls to me. And I couldn't pick the calls because I was at the mosque at that time. So when I got out, I found a strange number calling me and gave him a call. He asked me to come to the office if I was around immediately for about 5 minutes. A meeting of 5 minutes took 3 hours. 3 hours has taken now close to 10 years of the service and the work that we have done with this great man. To me, he possesses every aspiration every young person should have. And when he told me that he wanted to run for Senate in 2017 or 2016, I told him that he should go for it. But there were a few things that were on his table that he had to get clear of. First is not, I call him Michelle because anyway I do not know protocol. But protocol-wise is Dr. Michelle Wekenda. Recently graduated with a PhD from University of United States International University, same place Timo went. So you guys are comrades. You need to. So when he told me that he wanted to run for Senate, I encouraged him to do so. I kept on encouraging every other person who wants to become something. And when we spoke with him the other time, and I told him that elders have given me permission to go out there into the field of politics, I think he was more excited than my wife. This is Thika na kusimamia. He was more excited than my wife and more excited probably than my family, because I think he has also been seeing that for quite some time. And for me today to have an opportunity to share this podium with him, he wants to run for Senate and I want to run for MP. This gives me the greatest pleasure, my brother, and I wish you all the best and I'll support you on this journey. We will support each other mpaka hiyo bunge. Either we go in, all of us, or one of us goes in. But all of us must be there. Every generation and every individual is given 3 things in life. One is time. Every 24 hours, God grants us an opportunity to become something different. Gives us an opportunity to try something new. Gives us an opportunity to become of value to someone else. This is given to us every 24 hours without asking. The second thing that is given to us is work. And the third thing is purpose. Many of us spend a lot of years finding our purpose. I did not know what my purpose in this world was until I got to Red Cross. I realized that my purpose was in service to community. And that has guided me since then up to now in every endeavor that I've ever done. But then the day you discover your purpose, you will know what your work is. The day you discover your work and your purpose, you will be able to utilize your time properly. So those 3 things are given to every one of us and every generation. Every generation will account for its time, and every individual will account for its time. And in our teaching in Islam, we are told that everyone, kila mtu ni mchungaji, na kila mtu ataulizwa maswali kuhusiana na kile alikuwa anakichunga. Kwa hivyo kila mtu hapa akona wakati wake wa kuweza kufanya kitu, na kila mtu will account for the time that we have been with on this earth. So if our work was to become leaders so that we can be able to guide communities and to bring change in communities, then let's do that work. If our work is to help others to become leaders so that we can be able to own and so that we can be able to help in the transformation of that community, let us do that work. And if our work on this earth is to cheer them on and encourage them on, please let us do that. Today I'm grateful because I have a lot of friends in here. Many of you are my elders. A lot of you are also not very older than me. And I appreciate this because this moment in my life is a moment that will be cherished for quite some time. But besides the three things that we are given as generations, we are also told to look for three things. And this is in the Quran. These three kind of people must be in every generation. The first one are educated people. And in our teaching we are told that tafuteni elimu hata kama itawapeleka China. In fact, China is mentioned in the Quran, in case you didn't know. Look for education, look for knowledge, even if you have to travel overseas, just find it. The second category of people that every generation should have and should look for are resourced people. Resource does not necessarily mean money. It may mean ideas, it may mean ways, it may mean advice, it may mean a lot of other things. So these resources need to be these resources are with people. When you were growing up in Majengo, there was a guy called Manson. Those who grew up there remember him. Manson was a quarter to labda kidogo alikuwa imetoka kidogo. But every time this guy would walk around, he would say bonga na watu. Watu ndio. Those who can remember bonga na watu, watu ndio. Now, those words from someone who at that time every one of us considered not really in his right mind ring true to ourselves up to this day. That watu ndio chapa, and look for those people who are resourced in ideas, who are resourced in advice, who are resourced in a lot of other ways. But the last person every generation must have and look for are leaders. And leadership is not something that comes easily. Leadership is something that is nurtured from quite a while. Leadership is not something that people just walk into. You don't just get born a leader. There is nowhere in the maternity world where a kid is born and kanatoka kakio kakiongozi ati aliongoza uitangozaliwe. It doesn't happen like that. You go through moments, you go through times, you go through things that sometimes make you ask yourself whether you are on the right track, whether you are doing the right thing, or whether you actually should be doing whatever that you are doing. And those moments has been with me for quite some time in my life. And even now, when I serve in the board of directors, sometimes we sit and ask ourselves whether we are actually doing the right thing, whether we are serving the people, whether we are delivering what we are supposed to do. And those moments are there. And if you don't have those moments to ask yourself whether you're on the right track, then you're probably not on the right track. So today, I want to really, really appreciate your presence here. I mean, I don't take this for granted. The numbers that were supposed to have been here were quite more, but you know, the COVID directives, we had to reduce the numbers. But I had no idea who to reduce and who not to reduce. So I tasked my dear friend Shiko there and told her that is her problem to deal with. Shiko, can you wave from where you are?
And I remained calm.
And you remain calm. I asked Shiko, when she told me that there is A, B, C, D, I told her, now that's your problem. Me, today I have a very big task, which is to graduate. That other task is yours. So how she managed to pull that off, I don't know. But Shiko, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Governor. Thank you very much, Kate. Thank you very much, Warembo na Hemedi. I now have a new outfit group. My wife will understand that.
It's just the beginning.
She will understand that in the days to come and the months to come, a lot of women will claim me. A lot of ladies will claim me too, and they will want a share of the seat called MP. So I'm equal to the task. I'm going to do it. So thank you very much, Caspar, even when you seated outside there. you've pulled a lot of other things. And I will not be able to mention every person's name who is seated here. But know that from deep within my heart that I appreciate that you took time to even come, despite the whole issues of social gatherings, the whole issues of social distancing and the many things that are happening. You took time to come and be with me today. But there's someone who is hidden somewhere and he does not want me to recognize him. Bwana Wahome, manager Equity. Ya Makongeni, can you simama usalimie watu? You know I saw you kitambo sana. Karibu sana, karibu sana. You have been a very interesting and good part of my journey, and I appreciate you a lot. So, kwa niaba ya familia, mimi mwenyewe na wale ambao walishughulika katika kuandaa sherehe hizi, mimi nataka kuwashukuru jamaa, marafiki, ndugu, wazee, kaka, dada zangu na wale ambao wameweza kufanikisha kuweko kwangu hapa katika malezi, katika kufunzwa, katika kuchapwa, katika kuongozwa, katika kuwezeshwa kuweza kuwa kijana ama mzee ama Carlos. Umeshangaza leo mimi kijana. Kuwezeshwa hapa kuwa na nyinyi. Mimi nataka kuwashukuru sana. And today I will not talk a lot about what is yet to come, but you know I have declared my intention to run for MP of Thika Town constituency. I am equal to the task. I will carry that mantle. I will carry the flag high. I will not bring the residents and the people of Thika down. That is my promise to you today. And in the days to come, I look forward to engaging you. I look forward to your support, and I look forward to the kind of engagements that we shall have with you. Mwenyezi Mungu awabariki sana, na aweze kuwaweka hai, na aweze kuwapa afya, na aweze kuwabarikia biashara zenu, aweze kuwapa kila laheri katika maisha yenu, aweze kuwajalieni nyinyi wote ambao mmeweza kukusanyika na wale ambao wangependa kukusanyika lakini hawakuweza kukusanyikia hapa, aweze kuwapatia yale ambayo wanayataka. Bwana MC, nawashukuru sana. Asante.
It is their moment.